Good now, whenever and wherever this finds you. This is the third in a series of 8 videos that were recorded in Dallas, Texas in 2019 at an event called America in One Room. 526 scientifically selected people to represent the cross-section of the country were brought together. This third video looks at immigration and ends up with the understanding that we're not as divided as we think. So let's get into it.
I wasn't even considered a human back in the day. So for you to come at me like I have no idea what you're talking about, and I apologize for raising my voice, and I feel just as passionately as you do. People in my culture, some of them are white. But you look at my dark skin, and that's all you see is this.
They were wary when they came. Talking about politics.
We brought them from all over the country. People from all walks of life, all political perspectives.
You are surrendering 4 days of your life to what we think is going to be an extremely important exercise in American democracy.
America in One Room brings a scientific sample of the nation to a single place where they can talk to each other in a civil manner.
We've got enough people.
People were lynched here.
We're closer than you would at first think.
We don't have to settle for the half-dead democracy that we have.
That's what I've found is that we're not divided. We're a nation of immigrants, and we have people from every nation, and we've always been a nation of immigrants, and I think that should continue. It makes for a strong, diverse nation. But at some point, we've got enough people. I kind of see all this influx of people out on our southern borders as an invasion. They're trying to invade our country.
I totally agree with that.
The preponderance of all economic evidence is that as a country, we have done better economically by having immigrants here over the long term.
My name is Jordan Thompson, and I'm from Spokane, Washington. Spokane is the #1 destination in the U.S. for asylum. Period. When I was 17 or 18, I worked in a grocery store, and I saw a lady who I was unfamiliar with, and I asked her where she was from because I was just interested, and she told me not to tell anybody else that she was from Iran because she was terrified that my city would abandon her. My city would gang up on her. That for me goes so hard against the grain of the United States, I can't begin to fathom that.
So as far as all the countries that have refugees that seek asylum, I'm assuming America takes most of them. My name is Kishana Lund.
My name is Lauren Aziz.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
I live in Jacksonville, Florida. I understand feeling like there's just no hope and feeling like the best that you can do is go to a place like America, which was such a beacon of hope. My mother was born in Cuba and fled Cuba when she was 4 in 1961, just as Castro was taking over Cuba.
I'm all about helping these people, but at the same time, I don't want these people to run away from their problems.
I guess I kind of resent the implication that her not going back to improve Cuba, there is no way to improve Cuba.
That's like saying there's no way to improve America.
There's some countries that are just not on our level.
People were lynched here. People were murdered here. People were raped here. I mean, this place didn't become this place overnight. And I know Cuba is bad, and there's so many other places in the world that's bad.
But within my mother's lifetime, we still might not ever be able to go back to Cuba. And it still may not be an improved place where if we did have that corrupt of a government in the United States, if we did
But we did. We did. That's the point I'm trying to make.
We've never had a dictatorship. We have never had an authoritarian
It might have what has been a dictatorship. If I was born back then, I couldn't vote. I couldn't get an education if I was born back then. I wasn't even considered a human back in the day. I was a slave back in the day. So for you to come at me like I have no idea what you're talking about, and I apologize for raising my voice, and I feel just as passionately as you do. I know nothing about my culture. And to say that this country, this great country the way it is right now, which is far from perfect, hasn't gone through some shit, thing that made me most frustrated is to be misunderstood.
I was a little triggered by the implication maybe that my family hasn't done enough to fix our home country.
And she was just like, well, it's not America wasn't like a dictatorship. Yeah, if you look like me, it was. Absolutely.
She and I talked about it, and we explained our stances again, and I apologized, and she apologized, and we were able to hug it out.
And at the end of it, I have to say we hugged. So.
I was a victim of the misconception that most of the immigrants right now are creating more havoc in our country than apparently they are. If 500, 600 people can get together and get along with opposing viewpoints, opposing different cultures, races, ages, how come our government can't do that? You know, they do put it as that the country's divided, and we're not. That's what I found, is that we're not divided.
And to see how much we are so alike and how we are not divided at all is the best gift that I have ever received. By being called American. So, thank you.
There you go. From immigration, where we're coming from different places, to we're not so divided after all. This is a good video and speaks well for the possibility for America. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down the road.